Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio, the podcast for men and women, leaders, entrepreneurs, and leaderpreneurs desiring to know the specialties and soft skills of the strenuous life. Picture a land in the ancient Americas. There's a narcissistic kingman everywhere. Yeah, this episode is called episode 130, and that episode is the title of liberty. Alright? Now, next two episodes we're going to be dealing with a very powerful man in the ancient Americas. Because see, what you have rolling around is a few men that was what I call the narcissistic kingman. Oh, this is Jr Hendrick, by the way. Timmy's on autopilot on this episode for a while, so I'm speaking through him. I want to tell you what Moroni did when he saw those kingmen, because he hated those kingmen. And after I read from Moroni, I'll give you my own perspective. So, get ready. I'm opening it up in the Book of Mormon. It's Alma 46, chapter 11 and 12. Verse 11. And now it came to pass that when Moroni, who was the chief commander of the armies of the Nephites, had heard of these dissensions, he was angry with Amalickiah. And it came to pass that he rent his coat, and he took a piece thereof, and wrote upon it, in memory of our God, our religion, and freedom, and our peace, our wives, and our children. And he fastened it upon the end of a pole. And he fastened on his head plate, and his breastplate, and his shields, and girded on the armor about his loins. And he took the pole which had on the end thereof his rent coat, and he called it the title of liberty, and he bowed himself to the earth, and he prayed mightily unto his God for the blessings of liberty to rest upon his brethren, so long as there should a band of Christians remain to possess the land. For thus were all the true believers of Christ, who belonged to the church of God, called by those who did not belong to the church. Now listen. In many ways, my daddy was a kingman. No, he wasn't like J.R. Ewing. Say, you give me what I want now, or I'll break your legs. No. Daddy was smooth. Payoffs. Let me tell you something. By the time I began my junior year in college, I began to despise my daddy's ways of being. And by the time my senior year, I developed my own identity. I was like, I'm not going to be a kingman like my daddy. No. What I was going to do was I was going to develop my own way. Not long after that, I went to law school. And then I kind of wandered around a little while, did some work, investigatory work to start the Department of Homeland Security up in the eastern seaboard. You know, Virginia Beach, Philadelphia, if you know what I mean. And when I came back, I went to work for my daddy for a couple of years. And then I said, okay, enough. I wasn't going to involve my daddy's kingman ways. And so when I went away to law school for 5 years, I came back just a few months before he died. Daddy said, sorry, your brother Kyle is going to take over this company because you haven't given me a grandchild. Let me tell you something. That gave me the courage to have my own company. Now, I'm going to say this. Jimmy saw a question. He mentioned it on tomorrow's episode of Empower Your Pattern. You might want to listen to it. What was the breaking point that brought you down the road to become an entrepreneur? I don't call it downhill. Entrepreneurship is an uphill battle. You better believe it's an uphill battle. Because when you're on the home front, in the trenches working your business, things can get on your nerves. Like say, your secretary is prying through your files without your permission. Now don't that get on your nerves? And that's what was going on with Malachi, him being narcissistic, and those a narcissistic kingman. Captain Moroni just got angry. He just got angry. So he got himself a pole. He tore off part of his coat, wrote the title of Liberty, and it's like, bam, there we go. We Christians are going to win. I'm not going to say that it was easy for him, but it's worth it. With that, I give this last part of this back to Jimmy. Hope you enjoyed listening to the Strenuous Life Radio. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the Strenuous Life Radio community. Thank you, JR. This is Jimi Hendrick saying until next time. Don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can do what others won't. Do what others don't so you can have what others can't. And JR, you can finish this off. Like my daddy always said, you think strong and you live strong and you live a strenuous life. God bless you.